Chapter 1, Weird Shit. So since a very young age, I've been jumping on a trampoline in my grandparents' backyard in Atlanta, Georgia. And I've done all kinds of shit, and we'll just go through 5 chapters, and you'll just kind of see that my love of movement and variation on the trampoline. Basically, I never took any trampoline classes, but just spent every summer for like a month straight, every day coming out on this beautiful little trampoline and having fun with weird stuff on my knees, spinning around, as you can see, jumping on the tree and trying many different things out. Okay, chapter 2, belly back. The trampoline is special in this way that you can land on your knees and back and belly. Once you've learned it, it's a pretty safe way of landing, and you would never do that on the ground. The trampoline is where you can purposefully land on your back and be forgiven. And it's such a fun way to learn all the different rolls, like side rolling here, or back rolling, or panicking while doing it. And it's a great thing to learn before you do front or back flips, is to learn how to land on your back, because then you can always scale your flips back one notch and take them to the back instead. And just a really nice skill to have in terms of spatial awareness and feeling your center. And so pleasurable to jump high, land on the belly. Really nice movement. Build it up slow, like starting or ending on all fours, so you don't take a lot of height. Chapter 3, flips. So here we're gonna just see a bunch of different flips. So the forward flip, which can be taken to the back or to standing. And the sideways, side flips, really fun to play with. And as you can see, I learned all of this myself without a spotter. And basically my approach was to just whip my head sideways or forward or back. And as you see here, back flip there, and then get the back flip. It was so scary to learn, but somehow after so much playing, I knew I was ready, and I just went ahead and did it one day. Even without my parents watching, they probably wouldn't have allowed me at all. But I just whipped my head back and learned to do backflips. And I'm very happy I did it. Like, everybody says I have crappy technique, or used to, because now I got better. But still, I learned to do it, and I have that awareness of how to create rotation in the air. Now I'm trying flips where I'm also spinning half a turn around my long axis, like an Arabian there, or kind of a weird backflip 360 or backflip 180, but really it just looks really intuitive and not clean in any way like you'd see a gymnast spin. I'm just spinning like for the hell of it and leading with the head. Again, it's all about the joy. Look how free and fun and playful this is. It doesn't have to be, perfect, I'd say. Like, what do you want to do with your life? I want to just have fun and be able to move freely, safely, have a lot of fun. And not necessarily, compete in gymnastics, but as an adult, be able to, and I still practice on a much higher level now on a trampoline as an adult in my 30s. But I want to have that freedom of a child to play and explore without too much adult inhibition keeping me from exploring and expressing. Final chapter is combinations, where I just link together a bunch of different flips or skills, like front and back seen here, or doing multiple backflips in a row. There I'm landing with a bit of a staggered stance to keep my balance. Love that wall tap on the tree. So, that's a whole discipline, having a wall by a trampoline. And I got a little bit of experience with that, running into the tree so many times. Although my grandfather wasn't happy about me jumping on his sign. And there I linked 2 backflips with a front flip and felt super proud. Oh, and there was one more chapter, the bail chapter. So this is actually super important to see the ugly reps, to see the repetitions that fail or where I bail out. So knowing when you're unbalanced on a trampoline like there, it's really important to break your fall and not just jump again, because then you might jump off the trampoline. So they're taking it onto all fours or bailing there, rolling instead of jumping again. So those under rotations is super important to kind of learn how to release the pressure. Ooh, a scary under rotation there. So bailing is really a prerequisite for learning. You need to be able to make mistakes in a safe manner. I think that's such an important thing for a good learning environment. If you don't know how to deal with mistakes, then you're so fragile. And seeing all these kind of weird combinations helps to show that if I do something that's impressive, then remember that there's so many reps that are kind of crappy or didn't work, and where I had to refine or figure out what actually makes the skill work, what makes the skill easy. And bailing is surely one of the most important ingredients in that. So like if you go on a trampoline, don't be afraid to jump around and look stupid, and just learn to land on many different parts of your body, including your back, a bit your side, like putting the shoulder into the trampoline, which is great for if you feel uncomfortable landing on the belly. And these break falls where you try and take the force out of your jump and just sit down. And all the time practicing the most important rule of trampolining, which is never bring your arms behind your back, because then you can break your arm so easily. The trampoline is a dangerous tool and you really should respect it. So learning can be fun and playful, and yet you can be punished if you don't know what you're doing. So a good rule of thumb is to at least train with somebody else who's seeing what you're doing, that can help you if something goes wrong. And then to have this really precautionary approach where you stay well within or close to your current skill level. So you take these small micro steps and get a lot of repetition, and let your learning take the time that your learning takes. People don't stop playing because they get old. They get old because they stop playing. So what's your next movement adventure? Where are you going to play? Maybe the trampoline, maybe some other context. And I wish you the best in your practice.